Good morning, traders. Today is Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025. It's 9:28, a couple of minutes before the market opens. This is for educational purposes only. This is not for recommendation to buy or sell any futures exchange, future contracts, or foreign exchange. Let's look at the ES here. It's a big sell-off. We kind of know coming in this market, we're going to see a sell-off today because of tariffs. We got a lot of tariff talks going on, taking effect maybe tomorrow, I believe, officially. So let's just say the market doesn't like it right now. And we're seeing big sell-off here. Now, when we opened last night at 6 o'clock, this is a 6 o'clock candle from last night. What we did, we went higher. We took some people long. So to stop right here, and then since they've been selling off. If we look at NQ, probably a similar situation here. Good morning. No, thank you for being here. Yeah, they did the same thing with the NQ. They went higher and tagged some people long. They got some people long here, and this was a big resistance zone. It's a fair value gap that becomes a resistance zone. Usually, market goes back and tests it. No, that's fair. That was created back in Friday. This big candle. So we knew this zone could be revisited, and they did that last night when the market opens. So part of it, they did that because it's easier to move the market far with less participation. So 6 o'clock last night, they open up, they move it up, and boom, this is where we are right now. Now, logic says today this market should be bearish. This definitely may break to the downside here. But I think until we're below, if we trade an NQ below 260, that's when I would probably start thinking, okay, this market is really going down. But at the same time, something like NQ can go, you can make money today buying or selling. Timing will be very, very critical today. I mean, it's always critical in the markets, but on a day like today, you may say, oh yeah, I'm just going to sell the market. It's going to depend on where you sell it, because it's not gonna be. So we're at 932 right now. Market just opened, so we're seeing a little bit of buying here, and we call that overnight inventory adjustment. So they're gonna adjust the inventory overnight. We can see definitely push higher at the open here. This is what we're seeing on the NQ. One other market we like to look at is live cattle. We're seeing it going down here. But I think live cattle, we are bullish on live cattle so far. So let's look at what live cattle is doing. Thank you. They're definitely having a little bit. So like I said, live cattle, we were bullish on that. Let's see here, live cattle, we're going to be quick to move our stuff. We're at break even on live cattle here. Up 9 ticks. They're right here. Live cattle is right here. LE. I have my list. Yeah, it was a huge move. Physically here, we're looking at, we're up 10 ticks on live cattle. Let's see if we can move higher here and get us the 40 ticks that we're looking for. 6, 2.5. There you go. Here's the move up on live cattle. We are fortunate enough to get that entry here. Let's see if we can move higher here, but we keep moving higher here. We're gonna lock in. Today's high is at 205.60. If we make it no high here, we'll probably log in maybe 10 ticks and see what happens. ES is back in sync right now. NQ is still kind of delayed a little bit. What cattle is doing here. Again, we're trying to capture 40 ticks on cattle. Actually 41. If we get up there at 206.5, this is what we will be getting, 41 ticks. We're not gonna be moving our stop quickly. Hopefully when we get to 205.60 here, then we may capture 10 ticks. We don't want to get knocked down here. So what they did on live cattle here is pretty classic. They went down one time, they went down a second time, they're going down third time, and the third time was the charm to go higher. So we caught it right on time. Yes, it's not right here. Okay, thank you. Top right, ES. Yeah, ES is going higher. And like I said, the market just opened. We're gonna see some inventory overnight. Wow. Yes, 140 tick range were to be expected. We were to expect that with ES. Let's go back to ES over here. Yeah. If you sell down here, we say, oh, market open, I'm going to sell. We definitely get we getting cremated right there. You don't sell a market that's so extended to the downside. Now, when we get to ES already move 140 ticks in 8 minutes. Today's going to be one of those days that you have to be careful trading because the range is going to be crazy. You know, the ranges are really going to be like real crazy here. And Q still kind of behind a little bit. And see, but we're not trading those at the moment. Let's see here if we can, cattle can give us that 41 tick here. Yeah, we knew today was going to be a wild day in the indices. This is why having that other instrument that you trade is important, because today ES and then Q may not be something that we want to trade at all. You know, if we can just get a trade with cattle here, we might be technically done for the day. Yeah, I mean, being hit for the day here is definitely something that, you know, having your hands in your pocket is definitely understandable. Hopefully we don't get taken out at break even. If we are, that's fine. Oh, there you go. There was a big move up here. There was a big push up all of a sudden, and there was a big push down. Hopefully the push up continues. Yeah, there were some sellers that came in here real quick. Hopefully they get. Yeah, it looks like the sellers are being dealt with here. Let's see. Can we go higher here on live cattle? We're at 17 ticks. 16 ticks on live cattle at the moment. One or the other here, we could have seen an explosion one way. Because there was a big fight happening in that range here. The cattle is pushing higher, which is good for us. That's why you don't trail too close, because you're gonna get those kind of moves. So we're approaching the high here. We should expect some kind of movement at the highs. See if cattle are gonna be jumping up or down here. I'm looking at cattle. I mean, here I can only display so many charts, but cattle is and I'm looking at it on the five range chart here. And have some, like, a big fight going on right now in this range. We can make a new high for the day. That'll be interesting, definitely. NQ is back. Yeah, NQ is almost back to live data here. I think the sellers trying to come in on live, but they're getting ejected. They're getting really absorbed. Take a look at our entry was pretty spot on. That doesn't mean, you know, we'll make a new high here. We're hitting the high again. There you go. We're breaking the high. We just broke the high here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna definitely see, hey, let's take 10 ticks out of this. So we may get to a target soon anyway. See if we can. 10 ticks will be 25 right here. That is 10 ticks. There you go. We're moving higher. Right now it's a matter of time. We get to our target. 50 would be 20 ticks. See if we can get that. I'm gonna drop it here in any moment here now. There you go. We had a resistance zone here. Most on cattle. I think we got 3 more ticks. We get to our target here. So let's lock in 20 ticks. Come on. Don't do that to me. We're right at the target almost. Come on. There you go. We got 3 more ticks. 2 more ticks. Come on. Give it to me. What I'm gonna do here is move it close here and drop it below this candle here. So what are we doing? 75. Just 75 would be 30 ticks. Like, you know, we almost got there. Hey Steve, good morning. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your support. We're in a long live cattle trade right now at the moment. We're trying to see if we can get to a target, but it doesn't look like we are. We already locked in 20 ticks, which is pretty decent. but we wanted to get to the target. This is not happening. Let's see if we can turn around here and go to the target. We're at 50, so let's just leave our stuff, leave our at 50. Yeah, we have the pleasure of having Steve Tremper in the house. Maybe live cattle now will hit the target because Steve is here. Maybe Steve will be like, okay, live cattle is gonna say, hey, Steve is here, I'm gonna behave. I'm gonna hit the target. I'll see at this time if we break this, I think we're gonna go to the next pivot. So what I'll do is I'm gonna move it higher here, give it 6 more ticks, and if it breaks it, we'll go tight. If it breaks it, we'll go straight. We'll go real tight here on the stop. There you go. We're moving higher. There you go. We hit it. We almost hit it. So we're gonna put, if we get higher here, we're gonna put a stop where the target was supposed to be, which was 202.5. So we're not gonna lose anything here if we move. I need a couple more ticks higher. Come on, give me 2 more ticks. Yeah, there you go. Get 2 ticks. Give me 1 more tick here. So this is playing with me. 97.5 here would be 2 ticks less than our target, which we will take if this happen. But yeah, there you go. This over here. So yeah. And we get a measured move on this low. This market is gonna give me more. I'll take more. Looks like we're gonna get taken out here with the 34 ticks, I believe. Is it 34? Yeah. All right, we got taken out here. ES and then Q. We're going higher here. That's why you don't let this market settle. And we're probably gonna see some selling here at some point in ES and then Q, but for the moment, we're having a bullish trend here. This out the way. This fib extension coming lower here. Lesson here, we left about 100, took 660 on that. So 47 ticks, we give out 7 ticks on this. Definitely could have given 7 ticks better, but I think we're still bullish on here. If we take this low out, we talked about sometime a double pullback that's happening right now. That could be it. When we look at this here, we got a little pullback here. We have another one happening right now. So I think they may bring it all the way down to 205.35. If you bring it 205.35, we may see a bounce, and if we see that bounce, I think we may buy it. But today will be. So now we're saying some selling on ES, and NQs is going lower. Right now, it's 9:54. Close to the, I think, I'm not sure what news we have here. I think on today's Wednesday, so usually we don't have regular except FOMC. But so we had ADP non-farm payroll change. It's good. And President Trump speaks at 4 p.m. today, which, if you know anything about markets, you should definitely be far away from the markets at that time. You definitely don't want to be trading. Now, if you can come back to the VWAP here at 203, 205.35, I mean, this is 202.42.5, but if we can come back to that area here, that would be a good place to be buying. So as you can see, our entry was pretty nice, pretty decent. Hit the support and bounce. We took this trade based on the fact LE, which is live cattle, has been on an uptrend. Came back to this fair value gap here, right in the middle of it almost, and bounce. And when you look at, they did 3 attempts to go down too. Market open here at 9:30. 3 attempts to go down. They went down here, they went back up. They went down, they went back up. They went down, they went down again. At that support level, we bought right here. Once again, we were hoping for more than a breakout than what happened here. So we gave out 7 ticks. We'll take that. Sometimes when you're trying to capture a bigger move, you must be willing to give up some things, and we did that here. So again, if you come back to 203.35, that would be ideal to try to reload here long. So that's live cattle. Looking at ES, looks like we're still going higher. Got ES over here on the Unirenko. I believe at this point here's what they're doing in the ES and NQ. They're trying to rise it raise it as high as they can. So when the drop happen, when the drop starts to happen, it's really gonna be monumental. At the moment, we're definitely gonna stay away from the indices for the moment. Right? We're seeing a fight going on here. I believe we can come back down here to 45. If we can come back here to 45, we'll have a chance to go back along here on LE on the top left. And Q is ranging at the moment. Kind of ranging here, but it looks like they wants to push higher. They're pushing it higher here. There's some news at 10 o'clock. Must not be too major because it wasn't shown on Forex Factory here. Or maybe, yeah, it's not showing. Because I only have the red items on Forex Factory. So let's see. Let's go back to the filter and put maybe the medium importance. What news is that, Jimmy? Doesn't look like there's any news today. Factory orders. Yeah, it's not that important. It's really, but this market is very sensitive right now too. So durable goods. Usually durable goods is a red item. I don't see it here. I even put let's see. This is non-economic. The yellow is low impact and medium impact is the orange and the red is high impact. So I even put high impact. It's not on here. Yeah. Today's on Wednesday. We're going to have crude oil, which normally crude oil is a pretty high impact news, but Forex Factory doesn't list it as a high impact. But I don't see durable goods here. I see goods trade balance for Australia at 8 p.m., but factory orders. Yeah, it looks like we're pushing higher here on the indices. We are pushing higher. So we may get the pullback we're looking for here on LE. Let's see if we can get that pullback and reversal here. It doesn't look like he wants to come. Oh, now he's pushing higher. Got to 57.5. That was the low on this candle here. I think we're going higher here now. We're going higher. Yeah, we missed it. I mean, we like missed this entry because we're like, okay, we need a pullback to the VWAP, and it never happened. So 82.5 was definitely could have been an entry here, but we're seeing a big push up on the ES and NQ. So if I go to 30-minute NQ on the bottom right here, I'm gonna see a big push up. At the space, it looks like we might test the highs for the Globex here. We might go, yeah, could be a news move, but I guess the only news that I saw here, which is supposed to be low impact, which is factory orders month over month, which is better than expected, I guess, 0.06%. But the previous one was 1.8%, so that's less, So I think right now, we're going to stay put here. We're going to make this less, make this 60 right side margin, get more real estate here. Well, again, we wanted to pull back to about 45, 35 area. We never got it. So now we're pushing higher. Could this be a retest to go lower here? We're definitely seeing some selling coming in here. Look at my order flow chart. ES is definitely moving higher. I mean, ES already today, range is already 249 ticks. Yeah, definitely. This market today, you definitely be exert some caution, because we're gonna see extreme moves today. We're gonna see some extreme moves. Let's see here. Maybe we'll see another pullback here with LE on the top left. I'm looking at the advanced decline here. For some reason my trend and my trend and my ADD is not working. I'm not sure what's going on here. The script, I don't think it's gonna. Are we seeing this pullback? Maybe that was a retest of those highs to go lower. But if we see a bounce here at the VWAP, we may try to take it. Okay, see here. Jimmy is scared. Don't be scared, Jimmy. You'll be fine. Is this the move back up here? They got back to 62.5. I think, like, I'm looking at NQ. NQ's going back into this fair value gap here. Looks like he wants to go higher here, above 12.5 here. NQ is very, very volatile as normal, or beyond 23 seconds, so we wouldn't be touching that anyway. But let's see what we get here in LE. Yeah, I trade cattle, live cattle, and ES. And also, sometimes I do trade NQ as well. Yeah, sometimes I do trade NQ, but NQ can be, as you know, very, 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 very volatile here. NQ could be in a place where we see a bounce here, but until we see it, I wouldn't be betting on it today. When I look at that was yesterday's action, cattle. Now, right now, we're looking to see if we can get a pullback at least to 35. We can get a pullback right here to this support level because this was resistance. This is my line in the sand. But could we see a complete reversal on cattle too? Anything? Yeah, you get bored easily. It's the same money. Whether you make $10 on NQ or $10 on cattle, I don't, here I try to trade for money, not for excitement. I understand NQ is very, very exciting. There's a lot of movement, but here we're getting, let's see if we can get, let me go back to cattle. I think, yeah, definitely shouldn't be trading. You should be trading because you're bored. Yeah. If you're bored and you're trading, that's the wrong reason. I definitely got you there. We're on the same page there, Steve. You shouldn't be trading because you're bored. Let's see. Now we're getting to the 35. Remember, 35 was a line in the sand here. Can we see a bounce here, or are we gonna see it put really like going flush down here? Yeah, looks like we completely reversing here. I think if we learn this was 25. There you go. I think I'm gonna see if we can buy here. But really it's gonna be probably 10 ticks max for my stop. Can we buy here? It doesn't look like he wants to come back and get us in. We're gonna do a 10 tick stop on this. Because we already captured 33 ticks, so we can risk a third of that, maybe 10 or 11 ticks. Wow. Should I just have my order to go long at 35. Doesn't look like it's gonna come back for us here, honestly, because if it does come back, that means we go lower. And because of that, I'm gonna cancel my order. Yeah, you short NQ? Yeah, nice. Yeah, I think I may cancel my order here. It just bounced right off where we thought it would be. We're gonna cancel this order, unfortunately, because right now 35 would be up 10 ticks, easy. Oh, okay, that was a minute ago. Nice. Yeah, for whatever reason, my NQ is, well, cattle traders. So right now we're looking at cattle going up. Without us, I put a buy limit on the bid and never tick down again to get me in. I've been calling 35 here for a while, saying, hey, if it gets to 205.35, we look to go long. Because right now you'd be up 12 ticks. Market, you snooze, you lose. I usually like to see a turnaround before I get engaged with this market. That's why I used to be exclusively limit trader. Exclusively, I used to used to place limit orders all the time, and sometimes they would just blow right through it and get to my stop. Now, usually I'd wait for a little confirmation to do that. But we're still not out of the woods yet. Until we make a new high, I think this swing can still go lower. So we can definitely, if we can come back and retest this and go higher, then, or just have my stop at 50, I think the high in this kind of was 50. Yeah, 52.5. Could have been a nice entry too, but it is what it is. Yeah, we'll miss on that one. 120 ticks, that's nice. Sure, no, 200 ticks. No, sorry. Where's my math? Yeah, 120 ticks. I was right the first time. We were in at 527 and then Q out at 497. It's pretty good. Now we're gonna wait. We're just gonna watch LE here going without us because I'm not gonna chase this. Chasing this is not the best, especially we're approaching a resistance area again. So, well, this happens. We're gonna miss some trades. That would have been a nice one too. It would have been a nice trade, but we didn't get that one. NQ looks like he wants to go higher. Yes, 3 seconds. Let's see. ES is going higher here. ES keep pushing higher. So ES on the 30 minutes at the bottom right. ES is a break. The VWAP came back to it. And now it's going higher. ES keep pushing higher here. LE is still at the resistance. LE is pushing higher. Okay. Q is kind of like a little mini resistance right here. So we may see a push down before it goes higher. As a matter of fact, NQ has a tendency of coming back and revisit VWAP, which is at 499, which is a round number, 500. They may come back here and revisit 500 before they go higher. Here we're seeing some selling on LE right now. Could have been it for LE for the day. He made his move up. Now he wants to go lower. Yeah, still going higher here. I think I have NQ over here too with the medium Renko. Let's see. Seeing a pullback on NQ right now. At 77, yeah, NQ could be, if it gets to 77, we should see it move higher to 97. It is very early in the market. It's only 10:22, so NQ is definitely pulling back here. See, to keep going higher. That would have been a nice entry here. Here we looks like we might be going lower here on NQ. NQ is very volatile, so and they're pushing higher. There you go. There's the push up. Move higher here on NQ. Entry at 73. Conservative entry at 73, but could have definitely got in at 66. There you go. Just flying higher here. I'm going to step away for one quick second, guys. Be back at 10:30. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, back before. So now we're looking at LE pulling back again at resistance, which we knew this area was resistance. Now they're pulling back. Could this be a complete move down here? Or are they going to retest the VWAP? We don't know. Looking at the 30 minutes here, there's a lot of indecision here. It's a big indecision candle that's coming in 2 minutes. We're going to be less than 2 minutes. We're going to be closing this candle. Yes, it's pushing higher. NQ pushing higher. Now let's look at NQ here together here on the Raptor system here. NQ is definitely moving higher. Now, in about less than a minute, we're going to have the initial balance. So that'll tell us if they're going to keep going higher or they're going to come back into the initial balance. If they come back at the initial balance, that could be an opportunity for people to go, to buy those the pullbacks, or are they going to keep pushing higher like this? And the buying has been kind of relentless here since the open. If you just joined us, I took a long trade on live cattle, LE, earlier. We got in down here. We went long after we bounced off this support line. And basically, we got stopped out, trailing our stop. I wanted to go. Basically, I had my target at first at 206 or 2.5. But when we started to go high, I gave it a little more room. Then I started to trail my stop tighter. Yeah, crude oil is coming up right now. Yeah, definitely crude oil should be something that, as a matter of fact, let me see if we can do for real estate purposes. I think we can get crude oil on here and see how it reacts. I mean, I used to trade crude oil a while ago. I don't trade it really as much. I think the last time I traded crude oil could have been, it's been a few months, maybe. I don't think I traded crude oil this year yet. Yes, and NQ here, definitely at resistance. We may see a push down, but at the same time, they may blow past this resistance here. And seeing a pullback here on NQ definitely makes sense because we got 2 30-minute bar really bullish. And we're about to hit that initial balance high, which is at 22.25 for NQ. So that could be a place where they start to fade the market here. They may make a new high, get some people long, and then fade it to the downside. Crude oil is definitely, I need to adjust my settings here. This is a 5 crude oil from, maybe we'll close this. We'll look at crude oil. Still got crude oil over here now at the moment. And Qs keep pushing higher here. Just made a new bust to the new high. Definitely be careful going long here. That could be a setup to go short here. Look at crude oil here. 10:30, what happened? Nothing really. Yeah. I remember crude oil inventory used to be a big deal. Where it used to move like 100 ticks, but nowadays it's a very muted reaction here. No reaction at all. I mean, when you look at this range here, this is a 20-tick range. Nothing special. For the most part, we've been going higher since this morning. Overnight, we were going down, it looks like. Sure, let me look at the bigger picture chart on the 30-minute chart of crude oil. Started going higher from 8:30 this morning. Definitely high. When I think about it, we're at the high of the day here. We made the high of the day. Possibly going down here. Let's Short. Oh, short NQ. Nice. Yeah, based on where you short NQ, yeah. That's why NQ where it's at definitely was in the shortable area. For you trend line traders, that was a pretty steep trend line that got broken here. About 09. Definitely it was in the area that you could get a short here. Now at this point, if you were shorting NQ here, be careful here. We may see a bounce right at this support line. Yeah, got a 10-point bounce out of it. Let's go back to LE here. That's a retest of those highs. So eventually, I think LE here, we may see a push down at this point because that tells me this area is really, really strong. They can't penetrate this area. It's a retest of this low. I think here, if we don't break down below 66 here, we may see a push higher toward the highs again on NQ. So going back to live cattle, we're seeing some resistance in this area. Definitely some resistance here. We load the Geiger counter on NQ. Yeah, the algos are definitely reigning supreme on this market at the moment. Kind of tempted to go short LE here because this is a nice resistance area. Let's see. All right, let's let the NQ reload up there. In the middle, we're reloading the. Hopefully that doesn't make my Ninja Trader goes, gets frozen here. All right, things are looks like back to normal. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, this is a support zone here. Selling here is definitely. If it breaks it, now we're getting a signal to go short on the Raptor system. Yeah, we can. I think it's safer now to go short. We're getting also support from the Geiger counter. We're hitting this. We're close to this 56, which was there you go. Was that push up? They say this is now we see the Geiger counter it's gonna go to the green here. Yeah, it's going to the green. So we're seeing the buying pressure is getting more and more here. 74.75 was a nice entry. All right, I'm gonna stop looking at NQ. That may make me get tempted to go play with NQ. Let's look at LE here. LE again, it's at this resistance level. Not sure what he wants to do at the moment. Got one trade in so far. Missing this entry. We had an order to go long. NQ right now is, to me, it's a little too volatile to play it. Because if I go, let's say I create an NQ chart with like a 1 minute NQ chart with my indicators with an ATR. I'm just gonna use the default ATR, which is 14 minutes. That's a 22 point. The last 14 period ATR right now is 22 points on NQ. I think that's quite a bit, So meaning really your stuff should be at least 25 points on NQ if you're trying to, capture big moves. Now if you're scalping, that's something different. That's quite actually. Jimmy, one of the bots I'm testing took a trade here, looks like on NQ 58 to 83. So it's not bad. Let me see what else did they do. I think they did some more. Yeah, took a short on NQ and target got hit. Took a short on NQ. Target got hit. I'm just testing a little homemade bot here okay. All right, NQ looks like it's wants to go to the we're above. We're right below that 600, that round number. So if we get to 603 here, that could be a long entry. Yes, that's the guppy. Jimmy. Based on the guppy moving average system. Put a little twist on there. But that's basically it. Live cattle is stalling up there. So 570 area is definitely a nice support here. They keep visiting it, can break it. So meaning if they do break it, they go below 59 here, we may see a lot of violence in that move to the downside. 70 is definitely a nice support zone here. All right. LE is going higher. Yes, going higher as well. Yeah, Geiger counter is about to go green at any moment now. I think this buying pressure is getting more intense. That's a retouch of the Okay, short at 605. Nice. Honestly, LE here is telling me we may be going. We may attempt a short here on LE. Let's see if we can go short LE here. Stalling up there. And we're gonna give it maybe a 10 tick. There you go. We got one contract. We may do 60, 57 or 657. We may regret this long here. This short here, but it's a 65. Well, early short. It doesn't look. It's going too well here. 13 ticks out of the 33. That's why we're risking right now of this resistance. Let's see if this is gonna survive here. This candle 655. Like win, lose, or draw here. We're gonna end the stream. Just gonna see how this plays out. At the moment, it doesn't look too good. We're down 10 ticks. There's some selling happening here. And we got within 3 ticks of a stop here. Yeah, this definitely was 15 ticks out of the 15 out of the 33 we captured earlier. Which is any moment now we may get taken out. Yeah, got 1 tick. Second I think about 05. Okay, got taken out here. Well, okay. So I'm gonna hang up here the clits, and we're gonna keep watching this market and see where it goes from here. With that said, have a good rest of all right. Take care. Thank you, Steve, for being here. Definitely appreciate your presence. And Jimmy, appreciate you as well. Blessed day, Noah. Thank you so much. Have a good one. The NQs keep pushing higher here. You guys have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye. Later, guys.